Well, what's up again there, guys? Brian here, the 3 Topics Gamer here to share with you another one of my weekly episodes of the People's Questions, where I answer a series of questions that were sent to me over the past week. This episode was relatively basic. I got about, I want to say maybe 4 questions for this episode, and I did get a number of questions that I was able to answer in the comment section of the last video, so if you haven't already gotten your notifications that your question was answered to, or comment was answered to, you'll know where to look in order to find the answer if you don't hear it in this particular video. But like always, if you do happen to enjoy this episode by the end, please do not forget to like, share, and subscribe to keep track of me and all the future videos I have set to upload for the rest of the year. So starting off with the first question, all these are regulars, so it's good to have some consistency. Well, maybe not the last one. I think the last one might be a new person, but the first one comes from Zack Taft. You want to know, so what do I think of some of the Bat family could beat superpowered enemies such as Alex Mercer? Not head-to-head, but genetically. But heck, that's the same thing with Batman. You're not going to beat someone like Alex Mercer going head-to-head. Unless you have, I don't even know who the protagonist in the second game, unless you have that ability to absorb, you're not going to beat Alex Mercer head-to-head. You'll beat him on a genetic level. I mean, that's what Batman would do. If he realizes that he can't beat him head-to-head, he's probably going to try to find a sample of that virus and then create some sort of some sort of a vaccine or serum that'll counter out the effects of the virus, probably making Alex Mercer much more vulnerable, and I'm pretty sure that members of the Bat family would kind of think of doing that too. I mean, they have the resources. I mean, this wouldn't be the first time they've dealt with something like this. I mean, maybe not directly, but in terms of like a virus-empowered opponent. So, yeah, I think, that's how they would handle that. Next question comes from DeGenerate. You want to know, since the Daniel Craig era of Bond is now officially over, do you think the next era should be serious as well, or can't be fun like the Roger Moore? Personally, I don't care. I didn't even see this last James Bond film, and I never will. I don't ever want to watch it. I just feel like we're at that point where James Bond is just, it's going to turn into it's going to go down the same path as so many franchises that I grew up watching and enjoying, and it's just sad. It's just sad that things that I enjoyed in my youth are things I'm going to end up just not wanting to be a part of moving forward. So personally, I don't care what they do with the next Bond. I probably won't see it anyway, so if they keep going in this direction, so I don't care. I still have the older films. I can watch, I have more than enough. There are over 20 Bond films that I can go back and watch anytime. I think that's more than enough to last me for the rest of my life. So, yeah, I'm not interested. Next question comes from ShadowDeistGaming. You want to know, what games am I looking forward to next year? Well, just looking at the current release schedule, I only have about 6 games I plan that I know I'm going to buy or at least play. Well, probably play. Most of these are definitely owned. Like Horizon Forbidden West, that's already buy. I've already purchased that. I'm probably gonna upgrade my copy of Cyberpunk 2077 to the PlayStation 5 version. God of War Ragnarok, that's a buy. Gotham Knights, that's a buy. Hogwarts Legacy, that's a rent, but heck, that could turn into a buy. And then Dead Space Remake, that's an absolute buy. So, yeah, all those are the only games that I've looked and scheduled for 2020 that I know I'm definitely going to get. But heck, maybe they'll release or announce something that I wasn't expecting, and I'll go pick it up. And the last question episode comes from Johnny Johnson. Interesting. And you want to know, if good Cole McGrath fought evil Cole McGrath before he became the Baze, who do you think would win and why? Okay, I really hope to move on from versus questions because I'm just so done with them. But it'd be a draw. I mean, if this is Infamous 2 Cole, you take evil Cole, or technically Infamous Cole, he doesn't see himself as evil, and good Cole, right before the fight with the Beast at the end, it's a draw. Because to their core, they share about 85% the exact same kind of powers. The only thing that divides them is that Good Cole can use ice powers as his third power set, And evil or infamous Cole can use napalm powers. So you have fire and ice, and they basically cancel out each other. And when you have two people that use the same approaches and the same kind of powers, and even the slight different variations aren't even all that different, they're more or less going to cancel each other out. So I don't see infamous or hero Cole beating the other. It's just going to be a straight out brawl. They'll probably knock each other out. And heck, even if say infamous Cole became Beast Cole, if good Cole has access to the RFI device, I mean that's gonna kill them both anyway. I mean, trust me, if good Cole can get his hands on the RFI device and activate it, then Beast Mode Cole is dead, and that's like the only way you could kill Beast Mode Cole. I mean, that device was designed to kill Conduit, so yeah. So, yeah, a fight between Infamous Cole and Hero Cole would easily end in a draw. And that's the same way across the board. Whether you take Infamous 2 Cole or even Infamous 1 Cole, the result will be the same. It would be a flat-out draw. So that about does it for the primary set of questions that I was able to answer for this video. If you guys have any more questions you'd like me to answer in next week's episode, be sure to type them in the comments down below, but make sure you get them into me roughly before noon on Wednesday before I start filming the next episode. And remember, if you want to increase your odds of having your question answered in the next video, instead of in the comment section, just have it be a little bit more interesting and not be so simple. So with that out of the way, I want to thank all of you guys for watching. You're awesome, and I will see you all next week.